Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel to get more useful health information. You're watching Senior Strong Living, where experience meets wisdom and health meets action. Now, imagine this. You're home, maybe enjoying your morning coffee. The house is quiet, sunlight coming through the curtains, and then it hits you. A strange, heavy pressure in your chest. Not a sharp stab, just a deep, uncomfortable weight that makes you stop in your tracks. No one else is there. No one to call out to. In that moment, your next move could mean the difference between seeing tomorrow or not. And here's the thing. Most people have no idea what to do when that moment comes. Today, I'm going to change that for you. Asterisk, you're sitting alone in your favorite chair, maybe reading the morning paper or watching the birds outside. It's peaceful, familiar. And then, something changes. A slow, heavy pressure starts building in your chest. Not the kind that makes you scream, but the kind that makes you freeze. You feel it spread, maybe into your arm, maybe up into your jaw. The room feels a little warmer. You're breathing just a little harder. No one is there to notice. No one is there to ask if you're okay. And in that moment, the next 10 seconds could decide everything. This is not a scene from a movie. This is real life. And every single year, thousands of people over the age of 60 face this exact moment, alone in their homes. Too many of them don't make it. Not because help couldn't come, but because they didn't know what to do in those first few seconds. That's what we're here for today. I'm going to share 5 clear, practical, life-saving steps you can take, even if the ambulance is 10 minutes away, even if you can't get to your phone right away, even if you feel your body growing weaker by the second. And I promise you this, one of these steps is something almost no one talks about, yet it could give you precious extra minutes when every heartbeat counts. You might think you know it, but chances are, you don't. Asterisk. Asterisk, here's something you might not know. If a heart attack happens when you're alone, your chances of surviving can drop by more than half compared to when someone is there to help. And that's not because your heart is any weaker, it's because time slips away while you're deciding what to do. Now, imagine this. A man named Harold, 72 years old, living in a quiet suburban street. One morning, while fixing himself a cup of tea, he felt that same crushing pressure in his chest. The phone was just a few steps away, but he froze, thinking maybe it would pass. But Harold remembered something his brother had told him after his own heart scare, a single step that could keep blood moving when the heart begins to struggle. Harold did it. He bought himself enough time to call for help. And the doctors later said that without that step, he wouldn't have made it to the hospital. You'll hear exactly what he did in a few minutes. The truth is, this isn't just about knowing the medical facts. It's about facing the reality that so many people over 60 live with, spending hours, even days, at home alone. And while we all value our independence, deep down, there's that quiet fear. What if something happens, and no one's there? That's why this conversation matters. Because you deserve more than fear. You deserve to know exactly how to act, to feel in control even when your body is telling you otherwise. And if you've ever wondered, would I know what to do if it happened to me? Then this next part is for you. Asterisk. Asterisk, the very first step is knowing when it's starting. A heart attack in someone over 60 rarely begins like the dramatic scenes you've seen on TV. No sudden collapse to the floor, no clutching at the chest in a loud gasp. Instead, it's often subtle, almost quiet. It might feel like a heavy pressure in the middle of your chest, as if someone placed a brick right over your heart. Not sharp pain, more like a slow, steady squeeze. It might creep up into your neck or jaw. It might travel down your arm, often the left, but not always. You might feel a sudden shortness of breath, even while sitting still. Maybe nausea, lightheadedness, or a cold sweat. The danger is, older adults often mistake these signs for something else. We think, oh, it's just my arthritis acting up. Or, I probably just pulled a muscle reaching for that box. Sometimes it's dismissed as indigestion, especially if it happens after a meal. But these are the body's alarm bells, and ignoring them is a gamble you don't want to take. Here's the mental shift I want you to hold on to. If you're not sure, assume it's serious. You can be wrong in the safe direction. You cannot afford to be wrong the other way. I remember Mrs. Daniels, my elderly neighbor, a woman in her late 70s who lived 2 houses down. One winter afternoon, she felt a strange heaviness in her chest and a dull ache in her shoulder. She decided to lie down, thinking it was just from shoveling snow earlier that morning. She told herself she'd wait and see. 2 hours later, a relative found her barely conscious. She survived, but with far more damage to her heart than if she had called for help right away. If you've ever ignored symptoms like these, or if you know someone who has, share your story in the comments. You might just help someone else recognize the warning before it's too late. Asterisk. Step 2. And this one might sound strange at first. If you suddenly feel faint or your chest tightens, and you think you might be in trouble, start coughing. Not a polite little cough, but a deep, forceful one. A cough that comes from your chest, not just your throat. Every couple of seconds, take a deep breath and cough hard, like you're trying to clear something big from your lungs. Here's why. When a heart attack starts, your heart's rhythm can become unstable. It might beat too fast, too slow, or even pause for a moment. That instability is often what causes people to lose consciousness so quickly. By coughing deeply, you're forcing your chest muscles to contract, and that helps push blood through your heart and to your brain, giving you a temporary assist until you can get help. It's not a cure. It won't stop the heart attack, but it might keep you alert long enough to make the call, unlock a door, or get yourself into a safer position. Take Linda, for example. She was 68, living alone, when she felt dizzy and started sweating heavily one evening. She remembered something she'd heard in a health class. If you feel faint and suspect a heart attack, cough hard. She did. Again and again, between breaths. It kept her conscious long enough to unlock her phone, call 911, and give her location. Paramedics told her later, that quick thinking likely saved her life. Now, I'll tell you this, some doctors debate this method. Some say it helps in very specific cases, others are less convinced. But what do you think? Have you ever heard of this before? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what experiences are out there. Asterisk. Step 3 might be the simplest thing you do, but it can be the reason help reaches you in time. Unlock your front door. In the middle of a heart attack, it might not feel like the priority. Your chest is tight, you're trying to breathe, you're thinking about calling 911. But here's the reality. If paramedics arrive and your door is locked, they have to wait for backup to break in, or force it themselves. That can take minutes you don't have. George, a 72-year-old from Oregon, knew this. One morning, while making coffee, he felt intense pressure in his chest. He grabbed the phone, called 911, and before his legs gave out, he shuffled to the front door and unlocked it. When paramedics arrived, they went straight in, no delay. Later, they told him, that unlocked door gave him another shot at life. If you live alone, prepare now. Keep a spare key in a lockbox and share the code with a trusted neighbor. Or use a smart lock that a family member can open remotely. Here's a question for you. If you were in this situation, what would you do first? Call 911 or unlock your door? I'm curious to see how you think about it, so tell me in the comments. Asterisk. Step 4 is something many people have in their homes, but almost never think to use in an emergency: aspirin. When a heart attack happens, it's often because a clot is blocking blood flow to your heart. Chewing a non-coated aspirin, not swallowing it whole, can help slow that clotting and keep blood moving until help arrives. The key word is chewing. When you chew it, the aspirin enters your bloodstream faster, sometimes in as little as 5 minutes. It must be plain, non-coated aspirin, ideally 325 milligrams. Not Tylenol, not ibuprofen, not herbal supplements, just regular aspirin. Keep it somewhere you can reach it fast. I know one woman, Ellen, who taped a small aspirin packet under her kitchen table, just in case she couldn't make it to the cabinet. Ellen was 76 when she woke up one morning with heaviness in her chest. She called 911, reached under the table for the aspirin, chewed it, and by the time the ambulance arrived, her symptoms hadn't worsened. Doctors told her that early aspirin likely reduced the damage to her heart. Of course, some people can't take aspirin because of allergies or other medical conditions. So follow your doctor's guidance. And yes, Some medical experts debate how much difference it makes in certain situations. What do you think? Have you ever been told to keep aspirin nearby? Let me know in the comments. Asterisk. Step 5 is so simple that many people overlook it. Loosen your clothing. When your body is in distress, even the smallest restriction, a snug collar, a tight belt, a waistband digging in, can make breathing harder and increase your anxiety. And anxiety pushes your heart to work harder, which is the last thing you need during a heart attack. If you ever feel that sudden heaviness or shortness of breath, start by unbuttoning your shirt collar, loosening a tie if you're wearing one, or opening the top buttons of your blouse. Loosen your belt. Sit upright in a way that opens your chest and lets your lungs expand more freely. Roy, an 81-year-old retired veteran, did exactly this one evening while watching TV. He felt pressure in his chest, called 911, kicked off his shoes, loosened his belt, and sat upright with his arms relaxed. He later said it felt like his breathing improved instantly. Paramedics found him calm and responsive, and that calmness helped them work more quickly. And here's a little tease. There's one more thing you can do, something that might surprise you, and it's not something you hear in most heart health talks. Asterisk. Here's that extra step I mentioned, the one most people don't talk about, but could quietly make all the difference. Keep your vital medical information somewhere visible. I'm talking about a simple sheet of paper with your name, date of birth, current medications, allergies, and emergency contacts. Right where paramedics can find it without asking you. You can tape it inside your front door, keep it in a clear pouch on the fridge, or even slide it into a bright-colored envelope labeled emergency information, and stick it where it's impossible to miss. It sounds so simple that some people shrug it off as common sense. But here's the reality. In a medical emergency, you may not be able to speak clearly. You might be too short of breath, too disoriented, or even unconscious by the time help arrives. That piece of paper speaks for you when you can't. Paramedics can see your medications, your conditions, and exactly who to call. That can save precious minutes, and sometimes, minutes are the difference between life and death. I've seen people keep everything in their wallet and think it's enough. But if your wallet is upstairs and you collapse in the kitchen, it won't help. Think about where you spend most of your time and make it easy to find. Some will say, well, that's obvious. Others have never thought about it. Which one are you? I'd love to hear how you keep your emergency info ready. Share your tips in the comments, because the way you prepare might give someone else an idea that could save their life. Asterisk. Let's take a moment to go over what you've learned today. Step 1. Recognize the first signal. Don't brush off that strange heaviness, the shortness of breath, the ache in your jaw or arm. If in doubt, assume it's serious. Step 2. Cough with purpose. Deep, strong coughs can help keep blood moving long enough to make that call or unlock that door. Step 3. Unlock the door. Don't let locked locks steal precious minutes from the people trying to save you. Step 4. Chew plain aspirin if it's safe for you. It works faster than swallowing and could help keep blood flowing until help arrives. Step 5. Loosen tight clothing to free your breathing and calm your body. And the bonus tip, keep your vital medical info where it can be seen immediately. I want you to remember this. You are not helpless. You have tools. You have knowledge. And in those moments when everything feels out of your control, these small, simple actions can give you the upper hand. Now here's my challenge to you. Share this video with at least 3 friends or family members over the age of 60. Because one day, someone you love might remember these steps, and that memory could be the reason they're still here tomorrow. This is Senior Strong Living. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and never miss another piece of life-saving health advice. And in the comments, tell me, which step surprised you the most? I'm looking forward to reading your stories.